Here's my MOPAR aftermarket shift knob. I shortened up the shaft by 3/8, maybe ½ inch, and welded it back together. Put a slight angle on it, kind of forward, a little to the left, and well, I'll get this off here in a second. Give me a second. Okay, so you can see that it's not just normal, just a shift knob. There's the shaft, re-welded it, and I put a Barton shifter assembly on there, short shifter assembly. The throw, they claim is 40% or 44% or some shit like that, but it is pretty significant. It's crisp, more crisp. My transmission, I live in Alaska, so it takes a minute for the transmission fluid to kind of warm up the synchros so you can get cleaner shifting. I got to keep that in mind when I fire up and start heading down the street, but it is a significant improvement. All the hype and everything that everybody's talking about these Barton shifters, definitely a good upgrade, worth the money. I went and bought the whole assembly, as you can see. Here's and it's fully adjustable. It's supposed to sit this way inside the assembly there, but I'm gonna hold on to this. I don't know, we'll see how it is. I like having, the way I sit in my car, I like having it more kind of in line instead of having to reach up here and float my elbow. So I drive this car quite a bit. It's a 2014. It's got like 35,000 miles on it, but I still like, I don't know. I just prefer the MOPAR knob, but I don't know. Maybe I will eventually, or someday down the line. I'll put this back in, adjust it to where I want it. I did adjust it and see how she sits in the cab, and I didn't like take it for a test drive, but I don't know. I just wasn't really feeling it. So it does look pretty sweet. Everything's CNC machined. This fork fits into here, and then I have the other bracket that bolts to the back here, 4 bolts that are adjustable as well to adjust for tilt left and right. I just took that off and then kept this bracket and then bolted my aftermarket MOPAR ball on there. Definitely a good upgrade. Really clean. The machining on this thing fits like a glove is, lack of a better phrase, I guess. This thing fits tight. Quality, good craftsmanship. Anyways, not paid sponsor, just a dude who likes his fast car. Let's get this off. Back in there. Pretty simple install. It took me about maybe a good hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours to get the assembly in there. The 2 pins obviously are the most pain in the ass up front, because you got to slide them in. Getting them in-house is the more difficult part, and then taking and rotating that clip so it seats, this side rotates down and seats, this side rotates forward and seats in. Other than that, it's pretty simple. A couple 4 bolts in here, 2 screws, 2 Phillips screws, and this center console here pulls out. You got a metal, I think it's like sound deadening rubber shield, and then take that out. Pretty simple, just pulls right out. And then you got a thin gauge steel plate that covers your transmission opening to where you could get the assembly in there and attach it to your transmission. 2 pins, a bolt, and a bolt on the bottom of the assembly for the Barton shifter, and then a nut and a bolt that seats the rear end, so it sits flush or sits in line with your transmission. Can't do a video without a cold start, so this one's for the boys. So here's the throw. Car's kind of loud on the inside, but you know, I like it like that. It's a pleasure ride. It's not, I don't ride for comfortability at all. So there's drone and all that stuff going on in the cab. It's straight piped. I welded up my own down pipes, so I got sort of a semi collector coming off the headers. Catless. Deleted the X pipe, as you see in some of my shorts, and ran true duals. 3-inch right out the tailpipe. I replaced the SLP resonators, and then I put in 29-inch glass thrush glass packs. Cut them down to 24-inch because for clearance issues, weld them back together. So at low RPM, it sounds good. When you break 2.5, 3 grand, that's when she opens up, and pretty much the glass packs become useless past that point, and it sounds really straight. No check engine light. Got these spacers, spaced them out pretty good, and then welded them up. My exhaust is fully welded, so there's no air leaks anywhere. The throw. Okay, so first, got a little wobble. That was probably maybe 2.5, almost 3 times worse with the factory shift assembly. That's first, second, third, fourth, fifth. You know, sorry, reverse actually. So I'm gonna try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, what's going on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, short throws, definitely worth it. And then with on top of my added little modified shift knob assembly, perfect. So there's that. Enjoy.